Hey guys, Livvy here. Welcome back to the channel. It's another grocery haul. Every week I do these things, and this week I went to Aldi and Woolworths as usual. So you'll notice in today's hauls there's a few different things that I don't usually buy, a couple of special buys from Aldi, but I did keep within budget this week, which is perfect. I've been a little bit wishy-washy over the holidays, but now that I'm back at work and my husband's back next week, we're trying to get back into our normal schedule. So with that said, let me show you everything that I got. So this is the haul for today. It actually looks really bright, but there's a lot of different products here. Some that I usually wouldn't buy, just here's some Aldi special buys and some new introductions that need to be made, but let's just get straight into it. Now over here is the special buys that I picked up from Aldi today. So this is a pencil case. I am always in need of pencil cases. My kids love to draw. I like to have like a bag that they can just grab so that they can do some arts and stuff. And I was in need of one. So I've picked up this one, dinosaurs, space, it's perfect. I also picked up some lead pencils. We were in dire need of these. My son is doing a lot more kindergarten work. Well, he's finished kindergarten now, so doing a lot more year one work. And so some of the workbooks I have need a lead pencil versus any colored pencils. I also picked up these name labels. My son is notorious for losing things, so I thought that I would pick up some of these stick-on ones and we can put them on drink bottles and lunch boxes and things, so hopefully we don't lose anything this year, or if we do, people will be able to return it. These are just really simple ones. I think they had some iron-on ones, which would be great for jumpers and things, but I don't need any of that just yet. And to go with that pencil case, I picked up some colored pencils. We just go through colored pencils so quick. So once I finish this haul, I'll probably start putting things in here so that they're ready to be used. I also picked up some erasers with the lead pencils. They've got, I think the lead pencils have, at the top, these tiny little erasers, but I always find they break really easy, especially with how hard my kids go. So I like to at least have a couple on hand. Now I also grabbed this Space Rex. My kids were fascinated with this, but it's a pencil sharpener. And since we use so many pencils, it's kind of something we desperately need all the time. And lastly, for the specific school ones, I picked up these scrapbook pages. I've got them in two different colors so that my kids know whose is who, but they just use them for drawing. That's just a normal drawing thing. We don't do any special stuff with it. I don't do any extra work, and they don't require it for school either. So this is kind of something I pick up when they're super cheap. And I might pick up a couple more so that during the year, as they finish up these books, I will have extras. Now the other things I picked up for school was a Systema to go. I actually really love these containers. Now my son, for this lunchbox, is just a normal lunch bag. And so I will put small bits of fruit in here because I want to use more reusable than the plastic. I also picked him up a drink bottle. I had a really nice one for him last year, but he lost it. So we told him this year that you just get one of the generic ones, and he picked this color. So I will probably put one of the labels on it so that he can not lose it. And I told him if he does really well this year and looks after this, then I will get him one of the fancy ones that we really like. He had a really nice one before, but I wasn't wasting my time on it this time if he's not going to look after it, and it just got lost at school and I couldn't find it. So just a simple one this year. I also picked up these lunch container liners, not specifically for lunch boxes, because I find it's kind of weird that they have it open. I feel like it would spill, especially as kids throw backpacks around. But I did like the idea of having it for dips and things. So there's 3 in here, and I will probably use them just for everyday cooking and dips and just eating rather than specifically for lunchboxes. But yes, that's all of the lunchbox special buys that I picked up. All of this stuff was from Aldi, and then these 2 things were from Woolworths. This was also from Aldi, the Joey. Another thing I picked up was these Frisp Minis Mixed Berry Fruit Crisps. They were only 20% off. I usually prefer to have them a little bit cheaper, but I don't have heaps of snacks on hand, and I love these. They come in a 5-pack. Literally just grab and go when we're running around, and we've been doing a lot of that recently, so having something that I can just throw in a bag and then take with us as we are at the park or go to the beach or anything is a lifesaver. Now this is a new one. I love Sodally and I love watermelon, and they've just come out with this new one. So I've picked up 2. I think it was 2 for $5, and $5 is kind of the most that I'm willing to pay for these Sodalies. So I picked up 2 of those from Woolworths, but I also picked up this from Aldi. I go to Aldi first, so if I pick it up from Aldi, I usually won't pick it up at Woolworths, but because this was new and at a decent price, I thought there's no harm in stocking up. So my favorite one from Aldi, and maybe my new favorite one from Sodali. We'll see. I picked up some eggs, which is not usual. My chickens have been a little bit wishy-washy with their laying at the moment. I'm assuming it's just because the weather is so hot. They're not really enjoying being cooped up. They are in the shade. They get plenty of water and food, but I just don't think that the weather is exactly their favorite. So I picked up some eggs just to make sure that I have them. Over here, I have some cereal. I forgot to pick some up from Aldi when I was there. I had both kids with me, so either I picked things up that they were asking for or I forgot to get the usual stuff. So I picked up just the generic Rainbow Rings and the Cocoa Puffs, which obviously Fruit Loops and Cocoa Pops, but they weren't on special. So I picked up those 2. And then I picked up the mini churros. We love these, and they were half price at Woolworths. So definitely something that I will buy when they're half price, and it's school holidays. So we do tend to go for a little bit more fun. I've got Weet-Bix, I've got Rice Bubbles, I've got toast and other things that they can have, but sometimes you just want a little bit of fun, and I only allow it during school holidays. Now over here are some of my bread products. I have picked up these soft hamburger rolls. Not that we're doing hamburgers this week, but I just love to have rolls around. Again, the white high fiber from Aldi. I've been really wanting to do toasted cheese sandwiches and also to do some peanut butter sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and jam. And white bread is the best for that. So thankfully they had some. Again, they were a little bit low at my Aldi's. They had more of the thick cut for the whole meal, so I prefer a sandwich cut. Over here, I have some panna di casa, I don't know how to pronounce it, a really nice crusty loaf, which will also be good for some toasted cheese sandwiches. And here I have 2 packs of the jumbo tortillas. Now, last week, if you didn't watch that video, I would suggest go have a look at it. Some of the products that I bought last week, I'll be using this week. So I picked these up for that enchilada sauce that I picked up. And I'm really excited for that because I haven't tried the enchilada sauce and I love enchiladas. So made sure that I had some wraps. And then over here, I also picked up some of these turkey breast strips. Now these were $7. I think they're usually $8 or $9.50 or something. When they're on special, I grab them because turkey is my favorite meat and I will just cook them on the barbecue or I'll use them interchangeably with chicken. So I might even make some turkey enchiladas instead of chicken enchiladas. Now over here, fettuccine. This is my husband's favorite pasta. I bought a whole bunch of different pasta last week, but the fettuccine we came out of this week, I made some just normal pasta. My husband loved it and he requested that I pick up some more. Not that I plan on using it this week, but I just like to make sure that I'm stocked up in case we need a quick meal. I can easily throw something together. I also picked up this miso soup. Now I love miso. I will just have it on its own in like a mug. I will make it with some hot water and I will just drink that because I want something savory, but I don't drink coffee and I don't really like cup of soups, but for some reason I do love miso soup. So I have some miso paste in my freezer, my fridge that I like to use a lot, but I do like that. I think this one comes with I think this one actually has seaweed in it, and that's really, really good. So I made sure to pick some up from Aldi. It's also a better price at Aldi than at Woolworths or at IGA. I've done both. Now at the back here, you will notice that we have some kitten food here, and that is because we have picked up a little kitten for Christmas. It wasn't intentional. Well, we were looking for a cat. It just happened to come on Christmas. So we have been enamored with this cute little thing. And I need to make sure that I have plenty of cat food for her. Now I picked up this fussy cat. This is from Woolworths specifically. And that is because Woolworths does a grain-free cat food. I do grain-free for my dog. And I just figured that a cat's a carnivore, probably should be going for grain-free as well. So that's just my personal preference. If you guys have any recommendations for really good kitten food, because I'm very limited at Woolworths. If there's anything like on Amazon or something, please let me know so that I can start ordering that. I prefer to make some savings, but also keep my cat nice and healthy. I love cats and I'm very excited to have it. And I also have underneath here some wet food as well. Now over there, just that I've thrown here, these are some little cat toys because we're always trying to keep this little kitten who is very active and likes to have fun. We like to keep her entertained, and the boys thought this would be super fun. And I didn't mind to pay, I think they were like $5, which surely I could probably get them cheaper elsewhere, but when you've got the kids with you and they're asking to buy something for their new favorite pet, you pick it up half the time. Now, starting down here, I might as well do all of my fruit and veg. I've picked up some baby capsicums. These will probably go on the enchiladas, or I will cook them up with some eggs for breakfast, or a whole bunch of other things. I just like to have the little capsicums. I tried to grow some this year and I haven't been so successful. I've been really successful with jalapenos, but not with baby capsicums. So unfortunately, I've had to be picking them up. And the same goes for little tomatoes. My tomato plants, this has not been their year, unfortunately. So I love these little tiny ones because I just think they're like little bursts of flavor. Unfortunately, my Aldi didn't have any really small tomatoes available today. I don't know if it's just I kind of come at a time when they're not ready to restock or whatever, but I had to go to Woolworths for this, which I think was a little bit more expensive than I would have gotten at Aldi, but I'm okay with that. My kids love apples. It's probably their favorite fruit, and they love to just go to the fridge and grab a fresh apple. We've been out for a little bit, probably because I've been trying to encourage them to eat things like nectarines, but hasn't really clicked. So I picked up some pink ladies. Again, an easy snack to just grab and go, whether we go out and about or if the kids just want to have something at home. Now, we haven't had bananas in forever, and they weren't the greatest price. At Aldi, I think they were $3.99 a kilo, and at Woolworths, they were $4 a kilo. So we're talking about like 1 cent difference, but the ones at Woolworths were less green. And I have found that if I pick up the green ones from Aldi, they just don't ripen properly. I don't know what it is, but I've picked up, I mean, there's still a little bit of green that you can see just here, but I have plans for it. I've been craving bananas, so I really want to make something with the bananas. The boys got excited thinking ice cream sundaes, banana splits, which were not on my list, but maybe they will be. I forgot to get carrots from Aldi, and usually I'll get most of my produce from Aldi. Instead, I just picked up the carrots that are from Woolworths. I didn't even get the oddball ones, their odd mix that they have. I just picked up their normal carrots. I didn't actually see that they had any of the odd bunch ones, so I instead just grabbed what I could, and they will get eaten in a lot of dips and things. We might do a lot of chips, but we do a lot of vegetables as well. This was a request from one of the kids to grab some snow peas. Technically, they're not in season. They're not the best price, but if they're begging for something like sweet peas, snow peas, instead of like sweets and things, I'm gonna go with the vegetables. It's not a bad thing to be demanding. And I also picked up some corn. We do a lot of barbecuing, and also it's just really nice. And my youngest son loves corn, but my oldest didn't love it, and suddenly he's all into it. So I'm taking advantage of it, and the season is perfect for corn. It's been really good the last couple we've gotten. This is a splurge that I do. I bought these candy snaps. I think these were $6.99 a kilo, which is, or maybe it was just $6.99 for half a kilo. So it would be double that, but this is probably like the perfect amount of grapes for us to go through a week. And they're so good that the kids just want to keep eating them. They don't feel like they have to sit in the fridge. They actually want to go for it. And I'd rather spend a bit more to get something they really enjoy rather than having like the bag of it sitting in my fridge until it goes really soft and they get given to the chickens. So technically not wasted, but I don't really want to be spending. And I haven't found that grape prices this year have been particularly amazing. I think I've only just started seeing them under $7 a kilo. And even then, I like them when they're closer to $5. Now I picked up these blueberries. We just go through berries like there's no tomorrow. And so this was, I think, $1.99 at Aldi. And then these are the Honey Gold mangoes. You would have seen in my last grocery haul that I picked up 1 Honey Gold and 1 Kensington Pride. I just wanted to check to see if Honey Gold's our favorite. It is our favorite. My husband was like far superior than the Kensington Pride, and Kensington Pride are really good. So these were on special. I think they were $2.79 each. So I picked up 3 of them. During the season of mangoes, I will make sure that I spend and buy them. I don't care if they're I do care if they're super expensive, but I'm willing to put a little bit more money into them so that I can get just really good quality fruit. And they don't stick around for long. You can't always get mango, so I like to have it now. Now over here, I picked up the strawberries. They do have a smaller punnet, the 250 gram one, but I always check to see the price per kilo. And I think the 250 gram was $11.96 and this was $8.96. And the amount of strawberries we go through, they like quantity and they like quality, but having the small ones that I can cut up and the kids feel like, oh, I got 5 strawberries versus like 2 big ones. They actually care about the number of strawberries more than how big it is. So it's a little bit easier sometimes to just grab this, cut a few strawberries up for lunch or snacks. Down here, I have some yogurt. This was a request from the kids. Again, if the kids are asking for something like yogurt, especially this no added sugar one, I will give in. And the price on this one at Aldi is pretty darn good. So I got 2 blueberry, 2 vanilla, and 2 strawberry. I predict that this strawberry one will be demolished probably by the end of today, and all these will probably be gone in the next 3 days. Now this was a weird one. I don't like cocktail franks. It's not something that I enjoy. I do like hot dogs on the odd occasion, but my son was like, I need these weenies. And he kept calling them weenies. I don't know when he ever had them, but he begged, and I thought, you know what, this would be a really easy lunch for them to do. So I picked up some of these cocktail franks with the skin on, and hopefully this will be something that they like. I feel like I've done this previously and they weren't big fans of it, so we'll see how they feel today. Now this was a special buy. This is the Cocobello protein. It's a coconut yogurt, so dairy free, but it was marked down, as you can see, from $6.50 to $3.25, half price, which means that the date that it needs to be used by is probably really close. Let's see if I can find it real fast. Oh, right here at the bottom, of course. The 9th of the 1st, so by tomorrow, but my husband can have that yogurt and he'll probably smash through that probably today. Maybe he'll make a smoothie or something, but I think today's the 8th, so it needs to be eaten before tomorrow. And he will definitely eat that, but I don't often get dairy-free yogurt that is that cheap. Now I only picked up 2 soy milks today. My husband hasn't been using too many of them, so I picked up 2, add them to my stockpile. The kids asked for some cloudy apple juice, and I said yes, they could have some. Because they're at home a lot, I like to have things that are yum, but like they're associating apple juice as a good thing. I will water this down so that it's not as intense on their teeth. It's something that I did when they were a child, like a young toddler, and they loved it, and I have kind of continued it on because I figure they don't need that much sugar. It is apple juice, so it is good for you, but you know, I'd prefer them not to be just wearing down their teeth. Now I picked up this unsalted butter. I have been craving a banana cream pie for the last like 2 to 3 weeks. And so I finally decided, you know what, today I'm going to make it. So I picked up some unsalted butter to make a pie crust with. I haven't made a pie crust in such a long time, and I don't actually have an oven. I've got an air fryer and a barbecue, so I'll figure out how I want to do it. But I needed about 260 grams of butter, so I picked up the bigger one. This is just some full cream milk, the usual that we pick up. And over here is something that I don't often pick up, which is this condensed cream of chicken soup. I love mixing this with some sour cream, some mozzarella cheese, and some jalapenos and pickled jalapenos. And then I use it as a dip. And it's like an enchilada dip, and it's incredible. And I've been thinking about it a lot. So I thought, you know what, I like to have something like this in the cupboard. Now, it's not something that I often do. In fact, I usually make my own cream of chicken soup just because it's got dairy, this one, and my husband can't eat dairy, so I'll make kind of my own version of it, but you just can't beat this for some reason. I also got a condensed tomato soup underneath it. I've been craving toasted cheese sandwiches, and they always go with tomato soup. And even though it's summer, it's actually really cool right now. Like, I don't even think we're hitting 22 degrees today, so kind of feels like soup weather to me. Now, I wasn't sure if I had any tahini in my cupboard, but I thought, you know what, there's no harm in buying it. It was marked down today, I think like 20% off. I would have to go and check, but I thought I could pick some up because I'd also like to try to make some hummus. You've seen in some of my other grocery hauls that I've picked up a lot of hummus, and my husband was like, maybe you can make some instead of buying it all the time. So we're going to give it a try. I buy these baby cucumbers all the time. These tiny little pickles are so yum. And the cucumbers I've been growing have been so much bigger, which actually you can kind of see here is a giant cucumber. Like, my kids like the small ones, not these big ones. I think the other week I bought some crunchy peanut butter, but I really needed some smooth peanut butter. So I picked this one up just from Aldi. None of the ones that I really like from Woolworths were on special. So if I don't have any specials from Woolworths, I'll pick it up from Aldi beforehand. And to go with the hummus that I want to make, this is some chickpeas. So hopefully I can give that a try. I don't know how good it's going to be, but you know, my husband asked if I could give it a shot, so I'm willing to try it for him. Now here are some Super Dupers. We go through these so fast during the summertime. I think I have like 2 packs currently in the freezer, but I always like to have an extra because I never know when they're going to be on this Super Duper kick. Now with today being cold, they're not going to have any, but during the week it's going to get hotter again, and I like to just grab a Super Duper for them and shove them outside. Now the seaweed flavored rice crackers you've seen in all my latest grocery hauls, I've been buying a heap. We're kind of on a cracker kick. So I got some more Eton because we destroyed all of those crackers from last week very, very quickly. Over here, I have this new one that I saw at Aldi, Fiber Now. I'm assuming it's kind of trying to compete with the Woolworths ones. I don't know what brand they are, maybe the Weight Watchers ones, but I love these little ones. I think that they're so easy to throw into a bag to eat. I'm not too fussed about how many calories that they are. I mean, it's always good to try and, look at what you're eating and just pay attention. But something like this is just really, really simple, especially when I'm feeling like I need something sweet at night, but I don't really want to have something giant. I like that they're in the small little packs. So I picked those ones up. I think they're new at Aldi. And like I said earlier, my kids came shopping with me, so they asked if they could have that, and I thought, yeah, let me do this one for you. Now, the last couple of things, we have these Lamington Made Simples. These were half price at Woolworths. They have no dairy in it, so it's perfect with my husband going back to work next week. I will just make sure I pop one of these in his lunchbox. And over here, this is the Demora Crisp. So these are actually an Aldi brand. And like I said, we're dip crazy, cracker crazy this summer, so I made sure to stock up on that. This was a special buy from Aldi, these pressed pretzels honey mustard. I don't often buy anything like this, but I knew that with all of the crackers, maybe something different would be a bit of fun. I picked up these brown rice cakes. This is just from Aldi, and this is great to have in my cupboards. For the kids, they can just grab a pack, or if we're going out somewhere. Again, we're going out a heap during the summer this year, and so I like just having something that I can grab. A little bit more convenience, some of these items that I've picked up, but definitely worth it. And the last 2 things, making sure that I haven't forgot anything, which I did last week. The last 2 things are these veggie straws that I picked up and the hummus chips. Again, great thing to have a snack on, and this is just another chip to add to our dips and things. So this is everything for this week. Quite a few things, a lot of vegetables and stuff, which I'm quite happy with. And most of this stuff, if not all of it, has quite the plan for when I am going to be eating it and using it. Thanks guys so much for watching today. If there's anything that you have any questions about or you want to know where I bought it from, please let me know in any comments below. Oh, and also if you have any ideas for kitten grain-free food that might be a little bit cheaper than Woolworths, I would love to hear it, so make sure you let me know. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys watching. Give it a like if you liked the content, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.